Guys, I think I just got locked out of my Airbnb without my phone in a foreign country. This is not how this retreat is supposed to go. I am a software engineer at Amazon drowning in burnout. A month ago, I took medical leave not because I wanted to rest, but because my body gave me no choice. Now I have 90 days to figure out if I should go back to big tech or chase something I'm not even sure that exists yet. So I drove 4 hours to a cabin in rural Canada to try something called the Think Day method. 3 days, no distractions, just me, a journal, and the questions that I've been avoiding for months. And one realization changed everything. But first I have to get back inside. I didn't know that the door to this Airbnb was auto-locked, so I lost the code on my phone. Luckily, I was able to connect to my hotspot via my computer outside, but I low-key freaked out for a second because I didn't know where to get help. I thought the hardest part would be the journaling, but I didn't realize that it would literally be everything else. On the way here, I realized that there were a lot of lingering thoughts that were on my mind. I am paralyzed by the amount of stuff that I have to do. I don't even know where to start with. This Airbnb is so hot, by the way. I'm gonna try to journal everything that I could do and just start tackling them one by one from the easiest one. I am gonna set a 1-hour timer so that I don't keep doing this forever. Well, that's what I thought. I ended up spending the next 4.5 hours tackling my massive to-do list, and I didn't even get to journal on my first day here. Renewed my vehicle registration, updated my Goodreads book progress, booked my next yoga class, replied to an email about a lighting designer position, and a lot of these stuff I have been putting off for more than 2 weeks. So it definitely feels really good to have them crossed off. I'm in a pretty good state right now. My mind has been a lot more clear. I still have some things that needs to be done, but I think the stress now is more manageable. When I booked this trip, I knew I wanted to do like a deep journal session. Right after I booked a cabin, I actually saw a video from Ali Abdal, and in that video, he also has journaling prompts to help you better understand yourself. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is like exactly what I'm looking for. So for tomorrow, there's only 2 main things, and that is to do a serious life audit journaling as well as going to the little town of Hope to do some touristy things. And I'll check back in with you tomorrow. As the morning sun rises, I'm finally in the right headspace to journal. I followed Ali's journaling method and started from the wheel of life. On paper, my life looked balanced. I'm growing, I'm in love, and I'm spiritually grounded. But I've been drifting from my friends and my family while busy chasing the dreams that I don't even know the shape of. I just want to do theater and YouTube, but why? To be honest, I am pretty lost on what I want to accomplish. On one hand, I do want to take a break from work and try creative endeavors such as theater and doing YouTube, but I start asking myself, does this contribute to a mission? I don't see a mission. If I have a better idea of my mission statement, I might be able to have more clarity and more motivation on what exact type of videos I want to make and what type of theater work do I want to accomplish. After 8 pages of journaling, I was exhausted, so I took some prompts on a walk and talked through them out loud. So my first prompt is, what would someone who really knows me say that I should focus more on? I think this really depends on who it is. If it's my boyfriend, he would tell me to focus more on YouTube for about 3 months. He is also the only person that I know that has been monetized from YouTube, so I think him saying that carries some weight into it. If it's some of my other friends who work in tech, I think they would advise me to take a quick break but then go back into coding and looking for new jobs, aiming to get a raise in salary. If it were my mom, she would tell me to spend more time on work. If it were my sister, she would just tell me to spend more time with her and help her more on her college application. If it were my best adventure buddy, she would probably tell me to travel more, literally do anything that sparks joy for me. That is my little thought experiment, and I think I'm gonna honor that during my 3 months off. Is pretty scary. The prompt is, if I knew I was going to die 2 years from now, how would I spend my time? I am pretty scared of death and I try not to think about it. But if I knew I were going to die, well, the first assumption that I'm gonna make is that I would have some sort of terminal illness, because that is the only way that I would know in advance. And I would definitely not work a job anymore. I would want to travel to as many places as I can. China, Chile, New Zealand. I want to go to Russia, Tanzania, Malaysia, Singapore, a lot of other places. Some of the places that I mentioned, as you may be able to tell, are currently under war, and it's not the safest place to go. But if I knew I was gonna die 2 years from now, I feel like the fear of safety won't be an issue anymore. Aside from travel, I want to document my journey even more, maybe posting on social media every single day. I have seen a lot of posts from terminal cancer patients, and I feel like by posting my journey online, it would be able to help a lot more people who's struggling with the same problem, and it will also help me create my autobiography in a sense, a space on the internet where my footprint will always be there, almost like having a legacy. And I think that idea of a legacy is very important to me. Honestly, that journaling session created more problems than it solved, and I ended up feeling more confused than ever. How do I build a legacy, and what is my mission? My brain was fried. I couldn't think anymore. I needed to move, so I drove to the little town of Hope. The first stop is the Othello Tunnels. This 1-mile hike takes you through 4 tunnels that used to be part of the Trans-Canadian Railroad. We're reaching the first tunnel. The echo is really strong here.
But now there is so much to say. This time it is different. Sometimes I can't.
I'm sweating so much right now for no reason. I think it's just very hot or musty over here. For the first time in days, I finally felt fully present, and I wanted more of this, so I drove to Kalkawa Lake.
Would you call me on the midnight train? Would you come over when nothing's right?
I just walked down to scout whether or not they have a boatload, and the answer is they do. So that means it's paddleboard time! I almost had a heat stroke trying to set up the paddleboard, but something in me really needed to be on that water. That was a lot of fun. I also tried doing a little bit of yoga for the first time on a paddleboard. I wish I could keep going, but it was getting pretty hot and I'm starting to get anxious because I feel like I should get back to working on my journaling as well as all my other stuff. Hi, can I get a poutine?
I'll see you at the window. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, we're heading back to the cabin. When I got back to the cabin, I pulled out this tiramisu that I bought yesterday because I wanted to celebrate a small milestone with you. I wasn't really able to give grace to myself and appreciate all the milestones that I have accomplished. This tiramisu is supposed to be a milestone for posting 40 videos on YouTube. I wanted to show so much gratitude for watching my video. I don't know how many of y'all out there aspires to make videos, but it is hard out here, especially in the beginning. I pour so much heart and so much time into making each video, and yet it just doesn't really perform well. Most of my videos got less than 20 views. Every time it happens, I am so devastated because I feel like if my best work doesn't get views, I'm never gonna get views. I was thinking about how I need 1,000 subscribers to get monetized on YouTube, and I was like, damn, I've been on YouTube for almost a year now, and at this point I have 61 subscribers, and it took me almost a year to get here. It makes me feel hopeless. I feel like getting monetized would be something that I could never be able to do. One thing I really started to remind myself more is that I am still growing. I can feel how much I am growing every single day. Every single video that I put out is so much better than the previous one. When I am looking back at the videos I made a year ago, there's a million ways that I could have done it better. But at this moment, I gave it my all. I need to get this out there to be able to work on the next one, which will be better. And then the next one will be better. Thinking like this makes me feel so much more hopeful about the future. And I just want to tell every one of you that is watching my video right now, thank you so much for being on the journey. I know my video quality is still so far from those top YouTubers, but I'm trying my best to learn how to tell better stories every single day. So if you got to this this point of the video, I really encourage you to leave a comment and I will definitely reply to all of my comments. Oh, I'm so happy and I almost want to cry. I can't express how much joy I feel when I see any one of you finish my videos. It feels like my hard work is paying off and I'm just so grateful that you guys are here. In the morning, I finally did the last part of the journaling exercise that I've been dreading, the fear journaling. If I'm being very honest and real right now, my career progression isn't as smooth as I thought it would be. Sometimes I feel like I'm an imposter working on creative passions because I feel like I had no other choice. But when I was doing my fear journaling, one thing that shocked me is that even if I knew my career at tech would be a success, I still cannot picture me staying here for more than 2 years. But it is pretty surprising to me to understand that I actually do have a choice and I made a decision. And now I'm gonna own my decision. I feel more validated that I am actually an artist. It still sounds weird to say it out loud, but I think it gave me a lot of confidence. And that was a very profound realization for me just now. 2 hours before checkout, I finally had what I came for. Not a plan, but a permission to choose my path, even when it's unclear. And with that, it's now time to go home.
I go home alone tonight.
When I booked this cabin trip, I was hoping that I could find my answers, but I didn't. I'm still anxious about work, still unsure about YouTube, and still don't know if I made the right choice.
Behind my safe escape, collide my walls.
But maybe that's okay. Maybe it's just about choosing a direction and trusting yourself to adjust when the road turns. So this is not the ending, but the beginning of something that I finally chose for myself.